Welcome lads and lasses to Dan Ventures Out. Today I've got a detailed review of my top 5 activities we did in Japan. For this ranking I have taken into account several scales to help me put them in my perfect order. This includes how culturally enlightening they are, how unique to Japan these activities were, and how overall enjoyable they are. Also for reference, this list will not include activities that were completely free of charge, though some will have their respective travel costs as a factor. Now, without I further wait, let's get into my 5th ranked activity. We start our ranking with Shibuya Sky Tower, one of the more famous and easy to get to locations in Tokyo. This attraction left a huge impression of just how building dense Japan's capital really is. Situated on top of a 14-floor shopping mall, Shibuya Sky's rooftop viewing areas is what it's all about. At the top, patrons are 229 meters above the ground and are able to get a complete 360 degrees view of Tokyo and its cityscape. With specific views of Shibuya Crossing and the Imperial Palace, you can see almost any building in Tokyo, assuming you know where they are. Unfortunately, we were only able to get nighttime bookings, which limited our ability to see the city during the day. A ticket to Shibuya Sky costs 2,200 yen when bought online, and also offer an exclusive rooftop bar area for additional costs. But overall, I give this attraction a solid 7.5 out of 10, just for those amazing views. Moving up the list is Osaka Castle, known for its military position in feudal Japan. It is now a historical site and museum, filled with heaps of cool artifacts from the era. This included military displays, such as swords and armor, and even letters between warring factions of the 16th century. About 40 minutes from Shin Osaka Station, we find ourselves right outside the castle moat, which in itself is a sight to see. From the outside, green rusted copper tiles and gold trim flesh out the vibe as the pinnacle of feudal Japan's wealth. It also has an amazing view of the surrounding areas from the rooftop viewing platforms, which topped off the experience. The biggest downfall for me were the lines getting into the castle and the lack of recording opportunities inside, as taking photos and images are banned on some floors of the museum. For the scoring, I give Osaka Castle and its museum a solid 8 out of 10, and considering it costs only 600 yen for a ticket, it is a great cultural experience and one you should definitely check out. Smack bang in the middle of my list is Universal Studios Japan, filled with rides, food, souvenirs, and huge crowds. Universal is one of the coolest places we went to. The whole park is quite massive, stretching over 30,000 meters squared, and taking many hours to walk through and see the entire park. Highlights for me were the 4D Spider-Man ride, fully equipped with fireballs and rain. The show at Waterworld, a stunt show with jet skis and again, awesome fire and water displays. And the unforgettable mystery of Harry Potter World, where you get to walk through Hogsmeade and see Hogwarts up close. It was also cool to see a different culture of thrill rides and the carnival foods that come with an amusement park. The worst part for me were the excessive wait times for rides, some of which were estimated over 2 hours. Even so, this just goes to show how busy every attraction of the park really was. The cost per ticket was just over 9,000 yen and is the highest cost for any activity on this list. Disappointingly, access to some parts of the park are locked behind specialized tickets with additional costs, so we weren't able to see the whole park with a standard ticket. Even so, to me, Universal Studios is a highly rated 8.2 and is definitely a place I would go to again. Runner-up on my list is Nara Park, home to the friendliest deer I've ever seen. Nestled just under an hour west of Osaka via train, Nara Park is home to thousands of tame deer. There are also plenty of amazing gardens temples, lakes, and walking paths to see. The whole aspect of the park is really relaxing and serene, and lets you explore everything at your own pace. As a nice surprise when visiting the park, the exceptionally tame deer come walking up to you and even bow in exchange for special deer crackers made by the locals. This whole experience absolutely blew my mind. If you've watched a few of my other videos, you would know I've spent days and weeks just trying to get a glimpse of a deer in the wild back home in Australia. Whilst technically free to enjoy the park, it does cost you a train ticket to get there, and some of the gardens and buildings also require additional tickets to explore. It is also worth spending a few $100 on some deer crackers when you are here. For me, Nara Park scores really highly, a ridiculous 8.6 out of 10, for the unique and inexpensive experience that would otherwise cost you an arm and a leg to hand feed the animals at the zoo. And finally, we arrive at our number 1 on the list, Hiroshima A-Bomb Dome and Peace Memorial Museum. After becoming well known due to tragic atomic bombing in World War II, several of Hiroshima's iconic locations now serve as a symbol of peace. The Hiroshima Prefectural Industrial Promotion Hall, now known as the A-Bomb Dome, is one of the biggest of these symbols. After surviving the bombing due to its location directly under the initial explosion site, it is now maintained as is to remind all who visit just how tragic atomic warfare can be. All the areas around the bomb site are now beautiful parklands and walkways that take you between the many memorials to be found nearby. A short walk from the A-Bomb Dome, you can visit Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Museum. For a tiny cost of $200, you get to experience some of the horrific sights from the time, which included original artifacts, information, and real-life stories from the bombing and its aftermath. This was incredible to see, even in all its brutality. For sheer amazement at this historical site, its museum, and entire cultural experience that can be found at Hiroshima, I rated a 9.3 out of 10. It was a really beautiful place to visit. I would highly recommend taking a day to travel to Hiroshima and check out all that it has to offer. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this ranking video of my Japanese experience and learned something new along the way. There are many excellent experiences I've had to leave out from this list, but all of them can be found in my 9-part travel vlogs of visiting Japan, found on my YouTube channel, Dan Ventures Out. Thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe to see more from me.